Professional standards. During the audit of issuers, governmental entities, employees benefit plans, non-profit entities, there are various standards, some issued by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, used for the non-issuers, and then there are many standards issued by the PCAOB, Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. This is the whole structure of different components of the area we're going to touch upon today regarding professional standards. These professional standards, they cover the audit of issuers, mean the companies that have got their stock listed. Non-issuers mean the companies that have got their stock not listed. In other words, they're private companies, governmental entities, non-profit entities, and employee benefit plans. So we have different set of standards for these different entities, and we'll discuss as they go along throughout the syllabus of your audit exam. So your standards or guidelines, they have been segregated into three classifications: those involving audits, those relating to other engagements, and guidelines. Let us discuss these one by one. Standards relating to audits. First, Statement of Auditing Standards, also called SAS. They are specifically issued by American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, AICPA. These standards are applicable on non-issuers called private companies, those companies that haven't got their stock listed. It applies to the annual historical financial statements audit of non-issuers, any special reports of non-issuers, or any interim financial statements of non-issuers. Then next we have the standard issued by the PCAOB, Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. The standards, audit standard issued by the PCAOB, they're applicable on public companies, the companies that have got their stock listed, applicable on the annual historical financial statements, special reports, or any interim financial statements of the issuer. And then we have these third set of audit standards, generally accepted government audit standard called GAGAs. These are issued by the Government Accountability Office. They are applicable on government organization, government programs, government entities, or those entities that receive funds from the government. So audit of their financial statements, their performance audit, it is conducted under these set of professional standards. Then for other engagements, we have a Statement on Standards for Attestation Engagements, SSAE. They are issued by the AICPA, and they provide you guidance regarding attestation engagements, examination, review of or agreed upon procedures. Remember, these standards do not have as much legal force as the one issued by the PCAOB. Of course, they are the standard issued by AICPA, so they have less legal force. Then a Statement on Standards for Accounting and Review Services, SSARC. Again, they are issued by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. These are the guidances related to compilation and reviews of financial statement of non-issuers, or compilation of performer financial statements, mean the budgeted financial statements. Then we have next set of guidelines. Code of Professional Conduct issued by AICPA. This provides members with the guidelines for behavior in the conduct of their professional affairs. That is for CPAs, members of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Then Statements on Quality Control Standards. Again, this is issued by AICPA. These are the guidance to CPA firms about how they should manage their quality control system, how should they craft their policies, procedures to ensure that the firm complies with the professional standards or other legal regulatory requirements. Next we have Auditing Guidance, the GAS hierarchy. It will show you the professional standards from most authoritative to least authoritative. Let us see it in detail. SAS issued by AICPA and AS issued by PCAOB, they have got the most authoritative status. They are most authoritative. And other auditing publications, they are least authoritative. Let us discuss these one by one. And there are different terms we need to know, like must, how is it interpreted in the standards, should, may or might. So it's important. Let us discuss. The auditor should use his professional judgment in applying these standards, SAS or AS, to particular engagements, and be prepared to justify any departure from any mandatory requirement. When you see the word must in any standard, SAS or AS, that means it's an unconditional requirement which must be fulfilled. When the word should is mentioned in standards, that would mean except rare circumstances, it is required, mandatory, but except under rare circumstances where the appropriate justification is available, only then should it be applied. And when you see the word may, might, that just indicate explanatory material that does not impose any strict professional requirement for performance. So out of these all, SAS and AS, they have got the most authority in the guidelines for auditors. Next, we have interpretive publications. These are basically recommendations how SAS and AS to be applied in specific situations. So auditor should consider these guidance so that he can use these in his specific engagement. So they include auditing, interpretation of gas, exhibits to gas, AICPA audit and account guidelines, and finally the AICPA auditing statement of position. So these are second in hierarchy. They provide guidance regarding how SAS should be applied in specific situations. And then lastly, we have other publications. They have no authority. They are just for guidance purpose, just for guidance, like articles in the Journal of Accountancy, CPA letter, textbook, auditing publications. So they have the least authority. SAS and AS, they have the highest authority. Which of the following provides the most authoritative guidance for the auditor of non-issuer? Yes. An AICPA audit and accounting guide that provides specific guidance with respect to the accounting practice in the client's industry. This is the least authoritative out of those three categories we just saw a little while ago. Wrong. A Journal of Accountancy articles discussing the implementation of the new standard. Again, this is the one with the lowest authority, least authority. General guidance is provided by the Statement on Auditing Standards, SAS. Yes, absolutely. This is the correct option. What about D? Specific guidance provided by an interpretation of Statement on Auditing Standard. Again, this comes in between the most authoritative and the least authoritative we just saw a little while ago. Let me show you. It falls in this category, interpretive publications. So that completes your professional standards.